What happens if you don't get all your forms? This is Steve Spangenberg from the Home Based Business Tax Coach, and I'm here to talk to you today about what happens when you don't get your 1099s or your W-2s, things like that. But first, I want to tell you I've been doing home-based business taxes for over 47 years. I specialize in companies like Mary Kay, Young Living, Longevity, Melaleuca, those type of companies, small cleaning businesses from home, schedulers from home, people who are content creators, YouTubers, what do they call them, digital creators, things like that. Anybody that you can work at home. So, what happens when you don't get that 1099? Let's cover the easiest one first. What happens if you don't get a 1099? People are supposed to have the 1099s out to you by January 31st. And what happens if they don't? You can call them up and say, hey, I want my 1099, but don't wait. Don't wait for your 10. You don't need your 1099 on your tax return. Okay? You don't need it. You don't need to attach it. And if you're getting a 1099 from somebody, you really should know what you've been paid. You can go back in your checkbook and total it up. There's the amount that you're going to report on your tax return anyway. Don't get into this garbage. Well, other preparers, the person told me, oh, they wouldn't file my taxes without my 1099. Horse hockey. Don't do it. Don't wait. Go to somebody else, get your taxes done. Okay? Now, what happens if you don't get a K1? Well, I would call the company and see if you can get the K1. If you don't get the K1, K1s are basically income statements from partnerships, sub-S corps, estates, things like that. What a lot of accountants do, not me, what a lot of accountants do is they extend the tax returns for these partnerships and sub-S corps because they're due March 15th. So they push them off because they have a lot of personal tax returns to do. I think that's crazy. They're due, do them. People are counting on getting those K1s. But if you don't get your K1, estimate it. Okay, call the company and say, hey, I've done it. I have a client every single year. He doesn't have his K1s. We estimate it, and then we amend his tax return. Now, the biggest thing is what happens if you don't get your W-2? Wow. That's a lot of people are like, they freak out. I don't have my W-2. What you want to do is you want to call the company and put pressure on them. Second thing you want to do is get your last pay stub and go to the irs.gov and get yourself a blank W-2 form. And from your last pay stub, you can fill in all those boxes on the W-2 and then even their EIN number, okay, because it should be on your pay stub. Now, do you need your W-2 to file your tax return? No, you just need the numbers. If you electronically file, which 99.9% of the people do, you don't need your physical W-2. For your state, most people electronically file. Don't need that. Local is a different story. And you can just tell them, sorry, didn't get a W-2. What are they going to do? Chase you down? Nah. But if you don't get the W-2, don't wait. Don't wait on these people to file your tax return. And put some pressure on them. And you can get the numbers from your pay stub that you need. Every year there's somebody that doesn't get a W-2. I say, just give me your pay stub. I enter the numbers in my software right off the pay stub. Don't let accountants hold you up either. So if you got some good things from this video, like and subscribe. And also, if you have a home-based business, or if you don't have a home-based business and are looking for a home-based business to save $2,000 to $5,000 a year on your taxes, just go to www.createmyeconomy.com. And for $7 a month, you can invest in your tax education and learn to save $2,000 to $5,000 every year on your income taxes. If not, that's cool. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. This is Steve Spangenberg, the Home Based Business Tax Coach.